Revival ending. That's a very sad prospect, but unfortunately, generally speaking, it does happen. Revival do end. And often it's because of sin. You know, people could take a revival for granted. Lack of prayer. I mean, during revival, you still have to pray. You still have to pray for God to come and meet you every night, or in the meeting, or whenever it is. People just get fed up or get a bit lazy, perhaps casual. We could become too familiar with that which is holy. God is a holy God. He's not our buddy at all. And whilst we're meant to be the friends of God, just like Abraham was, if we do what he says, then we are his friends, as it tells us in John. In Leviticus 10, it tells us, this is God speaking, "By those who come near me, I must be regarded as holy, and before all the people, I must be glorified." That is the essence of revival, God being glorified. We have to be really careful that we continually keep stoking the revival by prayer. And also, there's lots of other bits in the Holy Bible which, God says we're to do. He says, go into all the world and preach the gospel. And if we keep this so-called revival, God's presence, to ourselves, i.e., we're selfish, we don't want to evangelize or tell people, then perhaps God will depart. But often, and I think this is a very big one, we can grieve the Holy Spirit. We can quench the Holy Spirit, or we can resist him. And that can happen. Now, in the Azusa Street revival, they started to control the meetings. They tried to restrict it. Whereas before, the Spirit of God used to come, and they used to be caught up in worship. Just spontaneous worship, sometimes all speaking in tongues at the same time, but harmonious melody. But then they came in and they said, now we will sing a hymn number or chorus number, and the Holy Spirit was grieved. And when a guy who was there, Frank Bartleman, he came up there 3 years later, he said it was like a spirit of dictatorship, because they'd gone back to the flesh.